Yo, what's going on, guys? Sam here. Today we're checking out iOS 12.4, the latest iOS update available for everybody, and likely the last major update to iOS 12 before iOS 13 is released in September. And it's not a huge update. There's not the most number of changes that we've ever seen, obviously, because we're close to the end of the release cycle for iOS 12. And Apple Card, yeah, that's actually not here either just yet. Even though this update definitely supports the Apple Card and there's ample evidence inside for that, the Apple Card still not here, but other interesting changes that I still want to show you and I think you guys are going to like. So drop a like if you are excited for this video. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any future iOS updates and stay updated on the Apple Card. Let's go ahead and jump in. So with iOS 12.4 in the release notes, Apple has included a couple of bigger changes. The first is easier transfer of data from one iPhone to another. So here's how this feature is going to work. If this phone is fully set up, I've been using it for a while, it's my old iPhone, and this is the new iPhone I just got right here, hypothetically, I'll be able to directly transfer content from this phone to this one because I can take it from the old phone to the new phone directly wirelessly, which is pretty cool. Now, Apple also appears to be working on like a wire transfer option, but that's not confirmed yet. And it's basically going to eliminate the need to restore from an iCloud backup, which takes a really long time because you have to download a bunch of stuff. You should be able to do a direct content transfer, which is awesome and will help you get started with your new iPhone or iPad, your new iOS device quicker than ever before. The second batch of updates, though, is for news, specifically Apple News Plus. This has been a big focus for Apple since they released Apple News Plus in iOS 12.2 or iOS 12.3. I subscribed for a little bit and then I just realized, $10 a month wasn't really worth every magazine in the world because I just didn't have that much genuine interest in it. But if you do subscribe, there are a couple tweaks for you now. First up, in the My Magazine section of Apple News Plus, whenever you have a lot of magazines saved, you can now view them online or offline. For some reason that wasn't working properly before. You also now have all publications in Apple News Plus, including newspapers, at the top of the catalog of the News Plus feed. So as you guys can see here, there is a lot more to scroll from now, and you get a bit more of a selection than you got in previous iOS 12 updates. And finally, for magazines, if you have stuff downloaded that you don't want to stay downloaded to your phone or to know that you've been looking at those magazines or something, you can now clear that history by going to following, scrolling down to history, and then tapping on clear and clear all, and that'll just get rid of everything, both news plus magazines, and it looks like everything else too. Now, I find it interesting that this is mentioned in the release notes for the iPhone, but if you have an Apple Watch, a few months back there was a Walkie Talkie where you can basically lift up your watch and use it as a Walkie Talkie. That functionality was removed due to some security concerns. That is finally re-enabled now properly. So I guess the issue was somehow tied in to the iPhone more directly than we previously knew about, but it's fully working back on the latest version of watchOS 5 and also now on iOS 12.4. And that's basically the story of this update. Now, Apple Card support, that's something we have to touch on because as you can tell in the release notes, it's nowhere to be seen, which I personally found weird. I thought Apple would want as much press about the Apple Card as they could possibly have. Apparently, the card is still right around the corner. Many sources suggesting that it should be launching very soon. Maybe even as early as this week. But today, it doesn't look like the Apple Card will be available for you to actually, sign up for or quote unquote buy. Even though the card itself, physical, even the titanium one, is going to be completely free. So Apple still says it's coming this summer, and obviously summer isn't even close to over yet. It is only the middle to end of July. So there's still time. It is definitely going to be launching before the 2019 iPhones come out in September when it is fall. But as of right now, guys, we have to wait just a little bit longer and just keep booing around with our Apple Cash Card. I do love the animation there. It's been really, really cool since Apple first added that, and I think iOS 11. And we got Apple Cash now. It's been renamed from Apple Pay Cash to Apple Cash, and the Apple Card with great rewards, 2% cash back on all Apple Pay purchases, and a sick design. I guess that's right around the corner still, and I'll keep you guys updated the very second that you guys can sign up for that card because it looks pretty dope, and I know you guys are looking forward to it. Now, as for performance and battery life on iOS 12.4, you guys have pretty much no worries. I've had no bugs or issues, as you would expect by the fourth major update, the fourth major rendition of iOS 12. So no worries there. You guys are definitely good to update in that regard. And battery life has been the exact same story. The iPhone XR has insane battery life. to begin with, but iOS 12.4 does not affect it in a negative way whatsoever. And, of course, my maximum capacity is still at 100%, so that's why it feels really good for me. But even if you're at, 90, 95, the battery life on 12.4 is still really, really great, especially in comparison to at least iOS 13 where it's at right now. And, of course, because iOS 12.4 is such a big update, there are a significant number of security updates as well. Pretty lengthy list. Also because probably there won't be many more updates to iOS 12, if at all. So Apple wants it to be extremely secure and stable for older devices that aren't going to get iOS 13, like the iPhone 5S or the iPhone 6. Overall, guys, that is a story of iOS 12.4. I want to hear your thoughts on it down below. Are you guys going to be updating? It's definitely safe to do so. Again, my experience has been fantastic, and I think it's only going to make using your iPhone better than it was before you updated. So that's all for this video. Hit like if you enjoyed, hit subscribe for more. I've been Sam, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next video.